All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's your boy Gainstaville. Had to do another one, with everything that's going, man. I want to make sure that everybody stays on one accord. So, without further ado, this is number 2, and we gonna start on the focus of the rioting that's going on. Me and my wife was just having a conversation, and I was like, you know what I mean? I might as well put this on wax right here, because this is something that people need to hear. It's like a chess game. It's like a chess game. I can't say I tilt towards one side or another. I'm just at a state right now where I just sit back and watch everything and stay on my grind. Because my mind, my view on it is, you know what I mean? People are not doing nothing different than has been done the last 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, you know what I mean? I want to honor my ancestors by going out here and getting this money and elevating and putting my children, the next generation, in a situation that they'll be better off than I was coming up, you know what I mean? If I did that, then I'm good, you know what I mean? Let me alley-oop and put the ball to them. Because that's as a whole right now, if we can't come together, then nothing's going to happen but the repetitive nature of what's happening. Fast forward, so the rioting, what's going on? People don't think, you don't think. Like what I was telling my wife is this reminds me of 9/11 all over again. In the sense that, and RIP to everybody that passed away in 9/11, you know what I mean, all the victims and such. But it reminds me in the sense of this is something that they're going to use to manipulate us to give up more of our freedoms or put us more under control. Look at the majority of the people that's rioting. Now, I hope by now we all know we cannot trust the media. So whatever bullshit that you're watching on TV or hearing on the news, if you're not actually reading multiple sources, watching actual footage from people that's on site, live while it's happening, if you're not doing that, if you're just going by what you hear on NPR or what you heard on the radio or heard on Good Morning America or something, then you know what, just cut this video off right now. This just ain't for you. But anyway, for all the ones that do their own research and want to look up stuff and stuff, then the majority of these looters are of multi-races, multi-nationalities. It's just the darker complexions, the black ones that they want to put on TV and portray, like they portray us negatively and everything else, black man growing up with a target on his back. What else is new? But anyway, so we get the attention for it, but it's a gang of everybody doing it. When the first one target, there was hella white people taking TVs. One dude took a mannequin. The fuck you need a mannequin for? Anyway, it's like, multiple races are doing this, but we're getting the backlash for it. Okay, pause. Actually look at the people that's doing the looting. It's the same pretty much demographic of the people doing the protesting, and the looting and the protesting are going hand in hand in putting us in a situation where we can be grasped even more. Most of the people that's protesting, I'm sorry, I love you and I appreciate everybody going to the forefront. I never thought it'd be the day where so many people that are so far from the actual situation that's going on are actually standing up and representing, and I appreciate that, but I don't need all that extra juice that y'all putting on it. Stand up for us like y'all stood up for gay rights. Let's do peaceful. Let's do that. Don't do throwing at the police officers and doing all of this stuff where you creating a violent situation, because what's going to happen next? They're going to bring in the National Guard, and then when they bring in the National Guard, they're bringing in curfew. They're putting a lock on you, and that's why what brings me back to saying it's like 9/11, because after 9/11, what happened? We just gave up our freedom. Yeah, you can search me anytime. You can listen at me anytime. And now it's roughly getting close to 20 years later, and what are we doing now? We're giving up even much more freedom. Okay, yeah, lock us down, keep us in the house, tell us when we can go out, tell us how long we can stay in, make all of our jobs from the house, make us all just sit in the cell. It's literally coming like the Matrix, you know what I mean? But you got to think of it like a chess game, man. If you don't know your next 3 moves, then don't even come to me with it, like at all. I don't even want to hear it. If you don't know your next 3 moves, then don't do it, because you're probably gonna get okie doke. You know what I mean? If you're just coming out of there pure, it's just like me and my wife was seeing a family with 2 children that were in strollers, and they were pouring milk in eyes because they had gotten tear gas on them. And it's like, you look at the picture and it's like, oh my goodness, look at the police. They did the tear gas and it got in the children's eyes, which I agree with is bad and sad and everything. But at the end of the day, you have to control what you can control. If your ass were not there in the first place, then your babies would not have tear gas in their face. Why would you go to a protest with babies not knowing? I mean, you seen the 60s. You know how it gets down. These police ain't nothing different than they were then than they are now. And everyone thinks everything is about race, which a lot of it is. Don't get me twisted. I grew up in the South. I grew up in Florida around Grand Dragons and KKKs and all of that. So I can talk on that for days. But right now, the bigger picture, not even about that, man. It's all economics. It's about dollar signs. It's the 2% versus everybody else. And they're beating our ass right now because what's the number 1 strategy of war? Divide and conquer. So while we are at each other's throats about meaningless stuff, they're sitting back, collecting, and planning their next move, man. Reminds me of the situation with the Hutus and the Tutsis in Rwanda. You got one set of people who are all the same, and they come in and they pull people apart and say, you're gonna be Tutsi, you're gonna be Hutu. One people they treat bad, they treat them like second-class citizens, and one they put in charge and tell them to treat the other ones bad. And at the same time, they're robbing the nation economically and getting whatever they can get out of it. But they have these 2 people that's going head to head against each other, and at the end of the day, it gets to the point of genocide. And years later, if you ever watch the follow-up documentaries and all of the people that partook in both sides, it's just like it was a fallacy, like a Alice in Wonderland situation where you're just so caught up in what you were told and what the government pushed on you that you didn't look and see what's actually going on. That, this is my brother, this is my sister. Does that situation sound familiar? Sounds really close to home, doesn't it? Because that's exactly how it is here. If you can overlook race and skin color and such like that and just look at straight economics, man, they will be done. But that's a question that nobody wants to have, and we can't even get that done unless we can either see eye to eye or agree to disagree, which a lot of people can't agree to do. But anyway, I'm going to keep this one quick, wrap it up. All I'm saying is be safe out there, man. Like with me, I'm going to ride for mine no matter what. I'm going to hold down my fort and keep it tight, keep it locked down. And what I'm going to do for my ancestors, my people, I'm going to go out and get this money, man. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and get this money. I'm going to get this money where this money going to make money for this money. And then when I get enough money to make money for the money, then I'm going to make sure everybody around me got money. And then when everybody around me got money, we can actually start building, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to talk about it, but we about to be about it, you know what I mean? But all of this wasted energy, make sure it's for a cause, man. And the best advice I can give you, even if you don't know how to play chess, you need to learn how to play chess. But even if you don't even want to get that deep, just the message of the day, the message of this broadcast, think 3 steps ahead. If you can't think 3 steps ahead, then don't do it. Because best believe the enemy is thinking at least 2, maybe 3, sometimes 5 steps ahead. So you're gonna have to plan and plot, or else you will always be cut be cut short in that circle and that going through the same problems over and over and over. All right. So anyway, be peace and love to everybody. It's your boy Gainstaville signing out. You know you can holler at me anytime on Twitter /Gainstaville. Holla at me on Cortez Gainstaville Williams on Facebook. I'm on artist page Gainstaville. I'm on Reverb Nation but /Gainstaville. Just Google me, man. Gainstaville, and holla at your boy. Anything you want me to talk about, a topic you want me to speak on, or your input on anything that I say or said, man, you know, it's open doors around here. You know, I like to hear everything. But anyway, man, peace. Appreciate you listening. Check out my music. Check out my YouTube page. And y'all be safe out there. Yeah.